welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna go over my brow routine. Now it's not just filling them in with pencil. I'm gonna show you how I basically maintain them and upkeep them. Now I have a threading video that I did and I will link that below in the description box so you can check that out. Now I know not everyone knows how to thread. It's something that I definitely had to practice to get a hang of, but I'm gonna show you how I basically tweeze my brows to kind of shape them properly, how I trim them, and then finally how I fill them in. So if you guys want to see what my brow routine is, keep on watching. There are basically 5 things that you're gonna need for maintaining your brows. One is going to be a little pair of scissors. These are cuticle scissors. Along with that is going to be a little spoolie brush. So this one's from e.l.f. Again, it's $1.99. It has a spoolie on one side and then it just has like a brow definer. If you're using like a brow powder or gel, this is perfect for that. But then you are going to need tweezers. 4 is going to be a brow pencil of your choice. Today I'm going to be trying something different. This is a fully defined brow duo. This is from Edward Best. I love retractable pens. That means I don't have to worry about sharpening and I don't have to worry about taking another tool to use it for. So I like little retractable pens. And then on the other side, it comes with a highlighter that you can just define your brows with, and it's a nice soft pink hue. The last thing I like to do is put on a little clear mascara or brow gel. Keeps all that eyebrow hair intact. All right, so to start, what I like to do is I take my brows and I brush them up so that way all of that excess hair I can trim. I like to be conservative when I'm doing this because the more you brush up, obviously the hair sticks straight up and then you can see it gets a little sparse. What I like to do is I take it and I kind of brush to an angle. So I'm not really taking off a whole bunch of hair, but as you can see, these little parts that are sticking up, that's where I'm gonna trim. Then I'm going to take my scissors, and in the angle, you want it to basically have the curve sitting against your skin. So for this side, it's gonna be this way. It's gonna be facing this way. And I'm just gonna go in and trim lightly. You wanna be as precise here without cutting too much, because you do want your brows to look nice and full still. But there you go, it's trimmed. So all that hair is gone, and then you can see it reveals some of these underneath hairs that I need to tweeze. It's the same thing on this side. I like to take the spoolie one last time and just brush through and get rid of all of that excess hair. I don't know if this lighting shows it, but I do have lots of excess stray hair. Now I am super big on just having really clean brows, so I am going to go in now with my tweezers and just clean up all of the hair that is interfering with my shape. You are tweezing. You want to make sure that you try and not, there's basically 3 points that you want to always maintain. One is right here, that's lined up with the side of your nose. You don't want to pluck too much further in. You want to stay as close to this as possible. Then right here, where your arch is, you want to stay right there. So you basically want to make sure that that's a nice straight line. And then lastly, where your eye ends, right, kind of like parallel to your lash. You want to make sure that that's, if you can, that's where you want that hair to stay. So you don't want to pluck too far up and you don't want to pluck too far in. Also, sometimes if I'm trying to specifically grow my brows in, I will just draw it in the way I ultimately want the shape to be and then pluck around it so it doesn't entice me to over tweeze. My biggest areas for where I like to be super precise is right here, because I don't like when it gets too bulbous, and I like it to be really nice and clean. And right here, I think I'm trying to grow back in. You know, everyone has one eyebrow that's shaped a little differently. I think this one is always just a little, I like this one better than this one. This one always just seems a little too thin, but my face is a little smaller, so I think that this is proportionate to that. So anyways, Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my pencil. A rule of thumb that you want to stick by, usually if you're brunette, you want to go a shade or two lighter than your natural hair. And if you're blonde, that's when you want to go darker because it's going to look more natural. If you go too dark as a brunette, it's just going to look too harsh and you don't want that. So I'm going in with the color Rich from Edward Best. And here's something that I like to do. I like to basically start at the center of the brow and with light feather strokes, just start building and filling in any parts that are a little sparse. I don't like to work at the front yet. I'm gonna do that last, once I get a good lay of the land. And then at the arch, I like to just focus a little bit right there. And then right here at the end, I like to just slightly draw just a little flick. So it kind of elongates the hair that I already have there. Then for the front, what I like to do is lightly outline the shape that I have and then flick up. And I kind of like to keep the front sparse or natural because I feel like that's what gives it a really nice natural look. And already you can see it just helps really define my face. So now I like to just take the spoolie and work through that and make sure everything is nice and even, not too dark, not too light, just natural. Natural is the name of the game for me. Now I'm going to take the other end of that, and this is the highlighting end of the stick, and I'm just going to lightly outline right underneath the brow where I want it to kind of be defined. And for this, because it's a little pinky color, I'm gonna stick to just the edge of the brow. And I'm just using this to define. And because it's a nice pinky color, I'm gonna focus on the back half of the brow. Now, okay, I lied. You're gonna need 6 products. You can use your finger to blend this out, but I'm just gonna take this little brush from e.l.f. Cosmetics. It's just a nice precision brush. And I'm going to use that to help blend this out. And then I'll take whatever leftover I have and put that underneath the front, so it's not too stark of a contrast. Lastly, I'm going to take my eyebrow gel and I'm just gonna run through the brow. And for me, the main area that always tends to move is this little end part. And there you go. You can see the big difference from this eyebrow to this eyebrow. It just really helps bring everything together, and I feel like it just helps all my features pop. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this other side, but I just wanted to show you guys this. Can I tell you, I also really enjoy this little duo. It's really nice because sometimes what I find is that you have a good brow pencil, but it's too pigmented, and so it just comes on really harsh. And so if you're a novice and you're not too comfortable filling in your brows, I really, really like this because it's almost like a pomade, so it goes on really smooth and it's slowly buildable, which for me is always the key. Less is more. You can always add on. You cannot take off. Well, you can't not take off. It's just really hard. All right, guys, so I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you guys have any questions about the products I used today or my technique, please list them in the comments below. Be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!